If your car acts like it is possessed and everything points to an electrical short, but you cannot find it, I have another place to look. It solved my problem. Hint, the ABS sensor is covered with iron filings. I will show you how I fixed it. This will help you relax. Pat Ruth here, and I do not love problems. I love solutions to mystery problems. If you want solutions to mystery problems, subscribe, like if you like, and comment if you can help others. I mean, if it's something that drives you bananas or you're just running into problems, somebody can probably help, or you may have the answer to it. I had a 1999 GMC Suburban. I'm sure this story applies to Chevy trucks and SUVs from the same period. I really liked this car and had only a few problems. It was nearly always the fuel pump. I had this vehicle for 20 years and it had over 350,000 miles on it. It was still drivable, enjoyable to drive, but little things were starting to happen here and there. These symptoms started gradually, then got worse. First, the control cluster would go crazy. Needles, dials, lights flashing and waving. The lights in the interior and the headlights would flash. Then the engine would die. Finally, the brakes would grab all by themselves. Not all together, but like this one or that one, and you're on the freeway and it grab and you didn't even touch it. These things happened sporadically. Sometimes it took a while to restart the car. Sometimes there was no symptoms for a long time. Everything sounds like an electrical short. So I checked all the ground wires and an alternator and battery. I watched lots of videos and spent nearly every weekend for 9 months trying to figure it out. I had 2 mechanics look at it and they didn't solve the problem. So I took a deep breath after 9 months of every effing weekend. Took a deep breath and started over. The brake lights and the ABS lights were flashing. That was one of the things. Everything else was going crazy. Even the radio. I forgot to mention the radio. The radio would turn off. Everything was crazy. Nothing said this is what it is. But the lights in the control cluster, even though everything was going nuts, all of the dials were going crazy. The speedometer, the gas gauge, everything was going crazy. The brake lights and the ABS lights were flashing. And the brakes were grabbing without even touching them. It's an old car. There may be more than one thing going on at the same time. So I thought I would start with one thing at a time. I started with the brakes, and that ended up solving the problem. I took the wheel and the rotor off so I could examine the ABS sensor, because it was, brakes automatically grabbing, that sort of thing. And then I made a little movie about it while I was doing it, and here it is. Here it is with the hub off, the rotor taken off, and here's the speed sensor right here. I don't know if this is the problem or not, but look at all the metal shavings that are on it. I'm going to come in, I'm just going to clean that off. This is the first thing I'm going to do. It doesn't look like anything's really worn out on this part, so I'm going to grease it up and put it back together, but I don't know if that's a problem or not, so I'm just going to clean it off and make it look a bit nicer. Here's the rotor. On this rotor, there's the bearings. This is the back bearing with a seal on it, and this is the speed sensor around. And I'm looking at it, and I don't see any broken or worn teeth on it. It just, the only thing that I see inside here that might be a problem is the metal shavings on the magnet. So I'm just going to clean it up, put it back together. So cleaning the sensor did the trick. I put the car through its paces in a test drive. Everything worked great all issues resolved. In all the time I had that Suburban, I never took the rotor off. I guess unexpected things are getting galunky. I love driving cars. I don't mind working on them. I really don't like mystery auto problems. I hope this helps you.